Mm-mm. 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 How was that trip, bro?
That bitch still.
Oh
You
hell
keep
no.
cutting out.
I don't even know if his headphones connected no more.
It's not connected no more. Hold up. All right, bro. There we go. That shit trash, bro. Say something, somebody.
Somebody.
All right, bet. You recording yet, bro?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That was that trip, bro.
Yeah, it was cool, bro. 6 hours, man. It was alright though.
Mm.
How y'all boy
Speaking of
been,
trips,
man? What's good
bro.
with y'all? You said what?
I said, speaking of trips, bro, we finna take y'all on a journey. You feel me? We back with another
Mm,
episode of AMG Podcast. I'm your host, AMG Float, aka ISO Float. Co-host Juice said what's up, man.
mm.
Mm.
What's good with y'all, boy, man? It's your boy Jew. You already know what it is. Hey, Cron, say what's up, man.
It was good with y'all boys. It's your boy Crying. So what's up, John?
Your boy AMG overdose. Let's get into the podcast.
I mean, first of all, we're gonna get back to whatever Juice was finna say. But first, was that Diet Coke? Oh, Mr. Pip. Oh,
Mm.
Extra.
that be look whiter, grayish at first. I thought that was that Diet Coke. I was like,
Yeah,
oh.
sure.
What kind of piece of that is, bro?
Domino.
Mm. That br-
Mm.
no, that bit trash.
No, that
What you
shit
was saying
is.
though, Jew?
Oh shit. What was I saying, bro? I think I was done, bro. I said the trip was cool. Nothing but
You saying
like a
something
little
like, "What's
six
up
hour.
with y'all boys?" or something like that.
Oh yeah. What's good with y'all, boy, man? What's new, man? What y'all been on, bro?
I mean, we see what's new. Like that right now. Boy got that new hairstyle. Okay.
Oh yeah, that bit braided, bro.
Now, I don't know what you doing, bro. What is that look nasty, bro.
You
What
know what,
braided?
Neil?
That man trying to get his hair to grow longer, bro. It's a
You know what?
process.
You know what's crazy, Neil?
Trust the process,
What?
bro. Trust the process.
I was just looking at a picture when you had them last time I seen you with them motherfuckers in here, bro. Where is that?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But yeah, ain't nothing new going on, bro. Ooh, that's old as hell.
Yeah.
I sure had them hoes in that time.
You did, bro. That crazy.
Yeah, my grandma went down there. She
Why
snatched
you
that shit
standing up,
up
bro?
in. She snatched that shit up in like 10 minutes. You talking about John on me?
To my John. Why you standing, bro?
I'm not standing up, bro. I'm sitting on the stool.
It's a high ass stool.
Oh, my bad, bro. You look like you standing up, my nigga. My bad.
Hell no.
But all right, Trey, what you gotta say, bro?
What the
We
man
finna
say?
take y'all on a journey. We finna take y'all on a journey. What journey, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? What's
Nigga, that was just the
the journey,
introduction,
bro?
bro.
That boy said he
Oh
just
hell.
he playing off the words that you said, bro, to get the intro started.
Oh hell.
Tripping, bro.
Facts.
Hey,
Shit.
bro, do you got good Wi-Fi in your hotel, bro? You tested it out yet?
I don't know yet. I ain't put the game up yet.
I mean, just by him
But
talking, him cutting out shit.
do I sound good right now, though?
You
I
cut
sound good
out.
right now,
You
dude.
go. You go. Beat on.
Oh well, it might be trash.
But you was gonna say something going on. What?
Oh
Who
me?
you talking to, bro?
I'm talking to Drew. He said something about his hotel. Or something. He was been about to go into detail with
Oh
it.
nah, I ain't never I haven't checked out the the Wi-Fi as far as the game, but I mean, like on my end, the laptop fine. I mean, I ain't had no pauses, no skips. Y'all having issues from hearing me. I don't know what that means, but we'll have to see how the game work out eventually.
I
But
feel it.
yeah,
That boy back in that boy in
Yeah,
Texas with
motherfucker.
the same company. What's up?
We must get on after this.
We can.
what she said.
But so let's see where I want to go. Y'all heard about the Joe Budden podcast, bro?
Mm-hmm.
What about
That that man said he'll sue them niggas if they start to make any other content after a year.
so who for what? Wait, what?
So basically, Joe Budden fired Rory and Mal from the Joe Budden podcast.
Why he do that?
So basically, they've been having problems. Like this is all just from what I've seen of Joe Budden giving his side of it. I don't know anything that they had going on, but basically, he was saying that they've been having problems. Like this has been going on for a while now. Like just little stuff, and it's just been building. But so it just came to a point where they were trying to. Well, it seemed like it was mainly Rory was trying to audit him, and he was trying to audit him because he felt Joe was like he was paying other people like a certain amount of money, and like basically saying that him and Ma wasn't getting paid the amount of money that they should get paid. And so that led to a whole bunch of stuff, and then basically what it came out to was like Joe been overpaying them, is what he say. So he's been overpaying them, so he just fired them niggas.
So it's a bunch of he said, she said shit.
Sound like a
I'm
bunch of
just,
hoopla.
I was just trying to paraphrase, but basically he was overpaying them. They was complaining that he was shorting them, even though he's been overpaying them. So they got fired because at the end of the day, it's the Joe Budden podcast. Like his name is the name that's the podcast. Like he really the face of the podcast, even if it's like a group. He is the main nigga, and it's like the way when it's presented to the people, like it's the Joe Budden podcast, and it's like what he was trying to get across is that like he didn't make it that way, but when they were getting deals and stuff done, and like when they talking to like they people and stuff, they're like, we gonna present it this way, like you are the face, because that's the only way we're gonna present it, and if we don't present it that way, then we're not gonna attach ourselves to y'all. Basically, is what he was trying to get across.
Mm.
But yeah, that was just it's just crazy though.
Need more details because I mean I just got like, questions because it's like so they're being underpaid comparing themselves to other people like within the whole podcast scene or like how would they know they are being
Underpaid.
not paid enough? Or with him, how does he know they're being overpaid? What is he comparing that to? Or do they have like a certain set amount when they first started doing this? Or like, I'm just trying to, why are they saying two different sides of the spectrum?
You really should just watch the video. I'll send it to you. But basically, like, so it's a podcast. So the revenue from the podcast, it varies. It can vary from day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. And it's like based on different things, like your views, the ads you doing, sponsorships, if you got all that stuff, and then deals if you get brand deals. So it's like all those different things that you have to take into account as far as revenue, and all those things can fluctuate. But when they were gonna first do it, Rory and Ma was like, give us a like they wanted an idea of an exact amount that they would be paid. So basically, Joe said that basically they just tried to predict what they would be making and what their expenses would be. And so, based off what they predicted they would be making and what they predicted their expenses would be, they would give them a number that's probably what it would look like, what their pay would be. And then it went from there. But so they did that, and then like he said he was paying them a set amount, but their expenses was higher than they predicted, and so they really should have been getting paid less. But he still paid them that set amount anyway. And then he was basically saying like everything he's coming out of his pocket for everything. Like when you have to do like pay for lawyers and stuff, like when you're trying to negotiate deals, he paid for that out of his own pocket. It didn't come from any other like from anybody else or from the brand itself. He just did that. And then just a whole bunch of stuff, like basically like he coming out of pocket for everything, basically.
Uh,
I just think it's weird that he, unless that's like false rumor, talking about you gonna get sued or they gonna get sued if they try to create another platform.
Like, no, they gonna get sued. He said that. Like, not create another platform is so basically because like he didn't really specifically say this, but it's like the way his wording was and the way that the other people that was talking was wording it. Basically, like everybody else that's there right now, they're not under contract, and like those two, they were under contract
Mm.
because they wanted to. I guess they wanted to be under contract. Like not like they wanted to be under contract, but they wanted to know what they were gonna get paid and know like that there was gonna be stability, like some assurance, basically. So they under contract. So with them being under contract, that's his intellectual property and all that. So probably something in the contract, like they cannot do another podcast. They have to wait a year before they can do another podcast. They can do another podcast. They could just have to wait a year
Well, if it's
because they
put
was
like
under
that,
contract with him.
yeah, if it's put like that, it's a contract. Then a contract is a contract.
Yeah. But like
so
he was saying, like everybody else that's there, like you might think that like if you just go into it without a contract, like there's no assurance, but it's like you don't have to wait to negotiate a new contract if you're in a bad contract. He's not forcing you to come and do the podcast because you're not under contract. So he can't fire you and then you can leave whenever you want if you're not under contract. So they basically saying like you'll hear like if you watch the video, you'll hear him talk about playing the cards right side up or upside down or some stuff like that. Like basically what they're alluding to and saying like, so if you inexperienced, they saying like you might see like the whole situation without the contract and think that it's negative, but it's really a blessing. You just don't understand it. The type stuff like that.
Mm. Well, then it goes right back to what Juice said. How does he know he's overpaying, and how do they know they're being underpaid? Because I mean, something going on.
I gotta
Like
watch the video.
Okay, so
and like you said, it must
knowing
be small. It's that small shit that built up over time type shit.
knowing that they overpaid is because like with them like wanting the audit done or whatever, like so he got somebody to do the accounting and look at all their bills and stuff and look like where money was going and everything. So that's how he know that they overpaid. And with them saying they underpaid, it's like it's because some other people that was there got a raise. And they got a raise. Why we ain't getting no raise or nothing like that or something like that, basically. That's basically what's going on. They trying to base it off because somebody else is getting some more money. So how they getting more money and I'm still getting the same amount.
Oh, so it's not necessarily word of mouth as far as Joe Joe, because I mean because see the way it sounded at first, it was just like they're saying one thing, he's saying something else. But Joe actually got somebody to actually look at everything and and then like break everything down. So there's proof that they were kind of getting overpaid based on what they previously agreed on. That what you saying?
Yeah, because like I said, I was just trying to paraphrase, but he talked for like an hour, and like during he had an accountant come in and like look at all the stuff, and he sent all the information to them for them to see, and they were
Oh well.
like, despite that, they were still complaining. Was basically where the problem stemmed from.
So they got too greedy.
Yeah.
So
So
what they
basically, oh my bad, go ahead, bro.
so no so what they was getting paid ain't it's not based on the market or nothing. So like people in that industry who do the podcast,
That's what I was.
it's more so about the other people that was a part of their podcast was getting a raise and not them.
Yeah, like
That's what I'm
they
hearing.
basically, yeah, like if everything that Joe was saying was true, then they just fell victim to jealousy and greed. Cause like Joe was saying, like, and it wouldn't be far fetched for me to believe it. Like he's saying that what they were getting paid is like as like co-hosts, like Joe is the nigga, but like just for them being there doing it with him, what they were getting paid is higher than other people that have their own podcast. Like most other people that have their own podcast, like you have to be a premier podcast host, like you the main person of the stuff to be making more than what they making as just some side niggas. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's
what
basically what Joe said.
that's what he was just saying. Now, if he had actual, you know what I'm saying, proof, like he was throwing out numbers and he was saying this isn't it, then I would be more inclined to actually be like, okay, then. But it's just like word of mouth type shit because I mean, see him saying that right there. See what you just said. He can say that. Of course, that sound good, but I mean, but is that true? Like I mean, where's the proof of that? You see what I'm saying? But if he had proof of that, that's ain't no telling.
You broke up, bro.
But it do sound good. So they were just being greedy. So they just wanted more money. Now, if they had their own podcast, they wouldn't be getting paid this much. But I mean, they do sound good, Joe. But I mean, but there are always three sides to a story. And I mean, Joe could just be trying to boost up Joe. So
Yeah,
ain't no telling, bro.
yeah. That's why I say if what he was saying is true, and I like how you said
But it
you can
would
add
sound
to
good
that story,
to
bro.
hear like their point of view.
Yeah,
So how
I
he gonna
I
replace
want to
them?
see a video about that too.
Oh
But
shit, I don't hear y'all.
oh, what'd you say, John?
How he gonna replace them two?
Replace them?
This is Joe
Wait, y'all
Budden
couldn't hear me, bro?
podcast. Oh, we heard you,
Oh,
but you
okay.
was cutting out majority of it though.
They don't need to be
Hey.
replaced.
Okay. So he's just gonna do it by himself?
Like that's what I'm saying. There's other people a part of the podcast.
Okay.
Like when the video I watched was it was I well I ain't, it wasn't even well it was on YouTube, but it was audio of him doing a podcast episode responding to like all the stuff that was going on. And then like it was like probably 3 or 4 people there. So it's like there's 3 or 4 other people still there that he's doing the podcast with. So they not like, and he said that. He said he was like, they're all in the video. Like he said he was just being nice to being too nice to them because he look at them like friends. Like, and so you treat them as friends when it's a business. So you shouldn't, you can't do a friend, you can't treat somebody as a friend when it comes to business because he's overpaid them all these years. He say he better off without them anyway. He way richer without them because he been overpaying them the whole time.
Mm.
Yeah, we
And
just need
that's
to hear
if
the other
what he
story.
say is true.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just need to hear the other story.
But yeah, that was just interesting though.
I don't know if anybody care enough, unless they're a big fan of Joe Budden. But I don't think nobody really care enough to dig any deeper than what's already on the plate.
So the other two ain't came out with their story yet.
I have no idea. I just saw that video and I watched it. I ain't seen nothing about them saying anything.
Well, I can't wait to hear what they say.
And it's
I feel
just
like
gonna
it's gonna be
probably
interesting.
be, no, he wasn't overpaying me. He was underpaying me. I got the facts right here, but don't show the facts, but just say numbers. It's gonna be that type of shit. Then
I
he gonna
want them to
respond.
have. I want them to have facts, have numbers, have proof. That's what I want to see. Proof.
We probably not gonna get that. Like I said, bro, I don't think
I
nobody
mean, you
really.
saying numbers like we'll never get those numbers because that's one thing about businessmen. Like most of the time, like they don't want people to know that stuff, like what they making, like they profits and all that stuff. Most of the time, most business people they don't want that information out there. So even if he had somebody do the accounting and stuff and he has it, like he could give the numbers out if what he say is true, but even if he did have it, he still wouldn't do that because you don't want anybody in your business. He said that in the video too, that like with the PPP loan, he didn't get any PP loans. He didn't apply for it because they ask you a whole bunch of questions and like they dig deep into your business to see what's going on and like see if you what you using money for, what your expenses are to determine how much money you should get and stuff like that. So that's why he said he didn't even do a PPP loan.
Well,
Sound like he want to be really in control of his money and how he paid on.
it don't matter if he's a bad guy or a good guy in this story, to be honest with you, because I mean, if we don't get proof, facts, I mean, fuck it.
Yeah,
And you
truth
said
ain't never come out.
they can't make another podcast for a year. So what they gonna do? How they gonna make money?
I mean, they still under contract, so I'm guessing they still gonna get paid.
I'm sure they have other. Oh no,
I didn't think about it like that.
Yep, if you under contract, you ain't got no choice but to get that or set amount, whatever it is.
Because if
Oh no.
he's
Can it be
Go
clauses
ahead,
though?
G. Go
It could
ahead,
be a
G.
clause in the contract.
now you go ahead, Trey, because you might you're probably about to answer my question. Go ahead.
I was gonna say they. I don't know. They shouldn't be still getting paid because like that video that I watched, it was basically like he said it's like the last podcast. And like a lot of stuff he was saying, like he ain't just outright say stuff. It's like he alluding to stuff. But so basically what I'm guessing is like that was the last podcast. So I don't know if like he meant like they gonna rebrand or if they just that was the last podcast of like that era, like you know what I'm saying, when he was doing it with them or whatever. But yeah, I doubt they still getting paid.
But they under contract though.
So yeah, they under contract still, right?
Like you said, they under contract. Like even an NBA player, like he riding the bench, he get hurt, he's sitting out, he's still getting paid.
Unless they cut him, but they still got to pay him something when they do cut him from his contract. So I'm like, so are they getting some money for them being fired? Now, if they quit, that'll probably be different, but they getting fired. So it's like, I would want to know, how does that actually work? Because it's like, do you holding them by this contract, no podcast for a whole year?
Actually, you know what? First of all, like you said, like with NBA players on the bench and stuff, like on the bench, sure, they still getting paid. But if you don't show up to work, you know what I'm saying? And like while they was having a podcast, it wasn't like he said, y'all don't come. Like they were supposed to be there for that podcast, but they didn't show up. So he said during that, I forgot what his exact wording was, but he was like, I think it was like, Rory, you're in breach of your contract or something like that. So now you're fired. So if you're in breach of the contract, then they not getting paid no more. The contract is null and void.
Well, if it's like that, because I mean, I'm thinking, Joe initiated. Joe was just like, y'all done, but they didn't show up. That's on them.
They
That's
didn't
different.
show up. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
just read it was live, so he did it on the podcast. He fired them on the podcast.
Like he would like so the way he said it was like they were supposed to show up like regular. All of them were supposed to come like regular, and they were supposed to just do their podcast like they always do. And he was just gonna like air out his feelings to them in their face if they showed up, but they didn't show up. So he just was, you know what I'm saying what he had to say anyway. And he said, I'm gonna say this anyway, I'm gonna be transparent. And I wish they would have been here because I was gonna say it to their face. And then as he was talking and talking and talking, he guess he just got heated. And he was like, matter of fact, Roy, you're in breach of your contract and you're fired.
Mm. I would want to know that like fine print because it's like they can't do no more podcasts, but they're not getting paid for yours up under your contract. So it's like,
And that's what I'm saying. I don't know exact because you never know like what's the exactly in the contract, what the clauses and all stuff is,
yeah.
all the stipulations. So like that's why I said they could be about to rebrand so that therefore it's not the same podcast, so they're not getting paid. Or like with him saying it's the last episode, they could just be he could be waiting that year too. Like he not gonna do no more of the Joe Budden podcast until that year passed by and they contract up. I don't know, but I doubt that he gonna pay them.
That's crazy.
Mm.
That's crazy.
So y'all know about the gas stuff that's going on right now, right?
Yeah.
Bruh, is it just right here or is it all over?
All over, I
I
believe.
don't. It's like
So-
Or is it like in the South area? I don't know.
it's
Yeah,
like a
I think it's
graph.
certain few states. Like I
Yeah.
know for sure Mississippi and Atlanta. I don't know any other states for sure.
Mhm.
And that's because somebody hit the tank. That's what I heard.
Oh, I don't
I
know.
heard I don't know exactly what it was, but I heard like somebody was like messing with it and that like they was doing it from like a whole different country or something. I forgot what country they said, but yeah. But they say it's supposed to be taken care of by the weekend, supposedly.
Yeah, bro, I wasn't taking no chances, bro. I got a couple plastic bags. Had to throw some gas in my trunk, bro. I ain't playing with niggas, bro. That shit ain't no joke.
That boy is
It's
scared.
this a good moment to say, bro, for all the viewers out there. You know what I'm saying? We might not have many, or you might come back and see this in the future. You know what I'm saying? You might come back and see this old video, but when there is something happening and they say go get this, do not go into a panic and try to get every last bit you can. Just get what you need. Because when there's a shortage of something and then you try to buy it all up, there's already a shortage. Common sense tell you you're making the shortage worse. Like I don't know why people don't know how to think. Oh my
Because they
god,
just
bro.
worried about themselves, bro.
Like
Yeah.
that's so selfish, bro. Like,
It is though.
you know what I'm saying? Like you've gotten information about a problem and you have an opportunity to save yourself from that problem, but you do too much and you become a part of the problem.
Yeah.
It's so dumb, bro. No reason you should go to the gas station and have 7 gas tanks and put them in your trunk. Like that's so dumb.
And I don't want to hear none nigga that did that shit be like, I don't think about myself only. You only think about yourself.
Yeah, bro. That's what you're talking about.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
You don't care about
And
no other family that gotta survive.
And don't
I
think
don't
I'm
give a.
just talking about the gas either. I'm talking about anytime there's a shortage, like during the pandemic. All y'all niggas that was buying up all the tissue, you do
Tissue.
not even wipe your ass that much. You stink. I done smelt you before. Stop that shit.
Oh my
Stop
goodness.
that shit, bro.
Man, shit, fuck that, man. I got some gas in my truck,
That nigga
man,
like,
with
I
some
bet I got it
in
though.
plastic bags.
I
Fill
got
my
it though.
plastic bags up, man. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
ready.
I ain't tripping.
That nigga said, I
Uh,
got gas, do you?
I don't understand, bro. You feel me?
Hell nah.
Persuade more people to
Y'all
have
boys fucked up in the head.
You said what, John?
Do you think this would persuade more people to buy electric?
For majority, the ones that can't think for themselves. I should have had a Tesla. We'd be fine right now.
I mean,
Um,
probably, but it I think it's affordability comes into play too, though.
And I've heard a lot of bad things about Teslas, bro.
Like what? At least name off
Um,
to it.
I heard about this one situation where these two dudes, they had their car driving itself, and the car just smacked into a tree and it just caught on fire and they both died.
Ain't no way.
Um, you said what?
Ain't no way, bro.
I mean, they let that bitch drive itself.
What John
But I
say?
mean, you said what, John?
I said ain't no way that happened, bro.
Oh, but I mean, Neil, that's a feature of the car.
Okay.
That's like you not. That's kind of like you not using your radio. That's part of the car. That's a feature for the car. So it's like, why not use it? You paying for it?
I could have sworn that Elon also said that it's a feature doesn't mean it's a thing that like it doesn't go hours and hours on ends, like miles and miles, to where it automatically drive itself.
I don't know how long they were driving, but I heard it wasn't that. But I heard it wasn't that long. I heard I heard that it was two buddies. One of them like just bought a house, so they left his house. They were just riding, going to get drinks or something. I don't know, but they did not go too far at all. Like it wasn't hours at all. So I'm like, but the car is just driving itself because not to mention they just bought a Tesla not too long from there.
I'm pretty sure the Tesla dealership, they probably give out people like warnings and what's not and shit like that, like what to do. And I guarantee you, I'm pretty sure
You think they did some dumb shit?
bro. I'm pretty sure they said do not allow this car to
Drive itself.
Yeah.
That's a feature. What do you mean don't do it? That's a feature of the car.
Bro.
I've seen people sitting in the back seat while their car driving itself, and it's fine. That is supposed to be one feature to actually drop people to the car because the car can drive itself. Like if you've been drinking or something like that, your car can drive you home. Some shit like that. I mean, that is a feature of the car though, and it's like, why would you tell us don't use this feature that we made for the car to be used for partially? But I mean, don't use it too much. Now, like that's stupid.
It had to
If
be
they were
something
saying
else in between that. Something they did.
I mean, no, I feel it's just a damn manufacturing error. Like, I mean, they just fucked up with that car some way, somehow. But I've heard
family
that
paid.
got to. I've heard that on different occasions, though. Like, I heard like Teslas just aren't that great of vehicles, just in general, for the most part. So it says, I mean, it depends because I don't trust no car driving for me. So I mean, I wouldn't even buy a Tesla because I'm not going to use that feature. So I'm gonna just get something else where I can use every feature of the car comfortably.
Now you know you damn well capping. You know if that bitch got auto drive and you can auto drive them 6 hours to Texas and you ain't had to do no steering, no gas pedaling, you
Not
doing
if I'm
it, bro.
scared this shit gonna smack into a tree.
But if you already tested it out and it's like official. You know you want to go in here and try that bitch out. Stop capping.
That shit scared the fuck out of me, bro.
You scared
hearing stories like that.
about it.
Hearing stories like that, bro.
I don't know, bro. They smacked the tree. That bitch split, exploded.
I gotta find the story and like send it to y'all, bro. But when I heard that, bro, I'm like, damn.
Them motherfuckers going that raw wave speed limit, trying to do the dash and crash into a tree, split in half.
But it's like that's Like, switch. Nah, bro.
Mm, I can see the dumbest shit, like let it drive itself, but like maximum speed. I don't think that car will be able to auto drive itself going that speed. So
On what speed though? We don't know how fast they were going.
whatever the maximum speed is,
They
it
had
could be
they
gaining.
had to get up to a certain speed for that car to smack and then they die like that. Like, not to be funny, but I'm just saying they had to get to a pretty high speed, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So like, I'm pretty sure, bro. What if the dealership also said, all right, auto drive does work, but once you go past a certain limit, like 40 miles per hour or 50 miles per hour, it literally turns off. You know what I mean?
Or
no, ain't no or, because like, I mean,
what if the car was on some damn iRobot shit, and I mean they had a set speed limit 30 miles per hour for the car to just drive by itself, but that car sped up to about 60, 70 just on its own, and it just drove into the tree.
That if that's the case, then a lot of people need refunds on their Teslas.
Bro, send my car back to the dealership so fast, bro.
No cap.
Give me all my money.
Because if it does shit like that, then there's a breach in your in your in your company factory. No cap. Because someone fucking up.
That shit right there, though. That's how come, bro. I'm gonna stick with if I gotta drive 27, 80 hours, my hand's gonna be just like this. Nah, my hand's gonna be just like this.
Or you can just sit in the back of a plane, first class, your preference to that destination.
Yeah. But planes on autopilot too now. You know what I'm saying? Elon got some planes that that man got some test planes. You know what I'm saying? So
it say that it was going. It said it was at a high rate of speed, and it was going around the corner.
Oh, you found it?
Yup. The guys from 59 to 69. Hey, bro, but what if they was lying though?
They could to make their shit look good, to make it seem like it wasn't their fault.
That bitch it went.
Ooh.
They were going around a corner at a very high rate of speed, but before they bought the car, we told them don't be hitting no corners at 82 miles per hour in autopilot. So that's not on us. That's kind of their fault. Like,
the ones that actually know what happened are the ones that are dead, sadly.
But regardless, they folks getting paid. Got to.
Not if it's presented like that.
Bro, they car killed them niggas though.
But I'm saying though, at their own discretion.
The car was driving itself though.
But okay,
now if I'm
and they can also, I'm pretty sure Tesla got a good ass lawyer to the point where they get in there and they be like, the dealership, and it's like probably like something like a pamphlet, like, you know, instruction booklet on how to operate this vehicle.
And nigga said a pamphlet.
Something
up in flames. What are you talking about right now, dude?
I'm saying though, when you buy the car, if the person doesn't tell you what to do and what not to do in that car, is something in that car that instructs you on how to operate this car. So this lawyer is going to present that as like the, you know, icing on the cake. Like, okay, but right here, page such and such, section A, it says that a certain speed limit, you know, autopilot is turned off. Oh.
Okay, so y'all buy a new car. All new cars come with like a little the instruction packet up in the little I forget what that shit called.
Glove compartment.
Yeah, I'm talking about right. Glove compartment. Yeah. Do y'all actually crack that shit open and read the do's and don'ts of this vehicle, bro?
I mean, I would do it if I
Read
had a Tesla.
Cover to cover.
I would do that if I had the Tesla, because I don't know what all is capable of doing.
Front, back, up, down, side to side.
They said that the battery can become dangerous at high rates of speed when it crashes.
and so it leads to an explosion.
Yeah, it said a thermal runaway. That's what they call it.
It's a,
Bro, what the fuck?
it's the same with certain vehicles that are made for like not from here. Like I know Volkswagen. It's this thing where if a Volkswagen gets into an accident, automatically the motor drops, so that way it doesn't injure the person driving it. Most vehicles, their motor doesn't drop, so that way it doesn't
Drop out the car?
drop out the hood. So like it's more.
So that bitch just fall to the ground?
Once it hits sudden impact. Mm-hmm.
So if I'm driving my car and I'm about to run into
I said it's on impact.
bro, if I hit a curb too hard, my damn motor gonna fall out my car?
It depends. It's like the way Volkswagen built their car. It's a certain speed or a certain impact. Like if you hit a wall, you know what I mean? But if you going at top speed, like life-endangering speed type shit, they said that the engine, it lowers itself as the impact happens.
Okay, now just imagine. Okay, play this out in your head for me, bro. Oh yeah, play this out in your head for me. So you remember we went to Trey City one day, right? Y'all, I should remember this. We went to Trey City
I know where this is going.
one day. We went to a gas station. Somebody we know hit a curb. Okay, so my question to y'all is, if that person had a Volkswagen, okay, ran right over that curb, and that person's motor fell out, what they supposed to do? Pick the motor up, throw it in the trunk, and then just like keep on going? Like, I mean, what the, you know what I'm saying?
But they obviously
y'all gonna stop and
when that person hit that curb, that person was still able to drive past it. It wasn't stopping that person, nor did it cause collision.
Okay, so if that motor would have fell out and y'all seen that motor fall out, y'all turned around and going to help, bro.
You know, first of all, we're not going to help. Second of all, I'm sure that it has to be like a certain amount of force for the motor to drop. So the curve,
there was some force. I seen that.
okay, it probably got to be more force than that for it to drop, bro.
Man, y'all boy, be careful, man. I hit something. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was some force right there, bro. Okay, you know what I'm saying? All right, bro.
Yeah, that shit crazy now.
Got the motor in the trunk and drive with my feet like down Fred Flintstone or something, bro.
Hell no. I don't know, bro. Most people do like to take it's a feature in my Toyota Camry 2020. Yeah. And there's this feature where it knows or recognize lanes. So if you're merging or let's say you're falling asleep, the car automatically shifts itself to where you don't go too far like past the line, so it corrects you and gets back in the middle. But
what kind of car?
Like the wheel realign itself.
The wheel,
like you said, it. Oh damn!
On me.
My bad, bro. Go ahead. Excuse me, man. Go ahead.
You said what? You said it readjusts itself, didn't you? So you don't go too far in the lane.
So like, let's say, hold on. Let's say this is the car and this is the line. So it recognized the line before it, like the end of like the shoulder, basically. So this line right here. So as soon as it merged, it like, and then it centers itself back onto the road.
I'm saying how.
You saying how?
Like, does the steering wheel just move by itself?
It doesn't. It's just I don't know if the wheel aligns itself, because then it would have to move. But all it does is it stops you, and then it just basically like shifts over a little bit.
Like the car shifts itself.
Mm-hmm. Like
Yeah,
like,
bro.
all right, you going this way, you merging, or you getting ready to hit this line, boom, 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 and then it just keep going like that. almost like it hit a wall, but it didn't. It's an imaginary wall, and it just bounced off that wall.
It's kind of similar to when some of these newer vehicles with the camera, like when you bagging up, like if you getting too close, then your camera like beep, 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 beep. Then, yeah, just like
that's an
stops
alert,
itself.
though. That don't.
But it also stops itself. Some of them.
If you're going too fast, if you're going too fast in the Toyota Camry and it noticed that you're about to hit somebody and you have that feature on, it automatically hit the brakes. So I have to turn that feature on when I'm racing because it stops the car completely, and then I can't get in between like I want to.
Them titties, yeah. For sure.
Facts. So yeah, but I don't abuse it. You know what I mean? Because I know there has to be a limit. You know what I mean?
So you read that? So you read that little pamphlet, huh?
Nah, I ain't read it, bro. That's just trial and error.
Yeah.
That's just trial and error. That's just trial and error. No cap. Yeah, I ain't gonna never push my limit.
60 and 70-year-old dudes, y'all really think they down drag racing, bro?
What?
On autopilot, bro.
Bro, listen, I don't know. Listen, they said it was a turn, like a sharp ass turn, so it don't matter what speed you're going at that point.
But I'm saying, bro, you telling me that these old people, they was 59 and 69, bro, right? That what you said? Mm-hmm. These old people, 59, 69 years old. So round it up. They 60 and 70. A 60 and a 70-year-old, they are drag racing in a brand new Tesla on autopilot.
They still young. That's what they saying, basically.
They cannot see. Their eyes cannot process things that quick. No more, because they old, 60 and 70. And it's on autopilot?
Ain't no telling.
Oh no, Tesla find them a lick.
Like I said,
when they sold them that defective car.
Like I said, bro, the only people that actually know the true story are the people that are sadly in the grave.
But they folks getting paid.
I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure they had to take. They is like
So they ain't getting no money there.
I don't think they getting no money, bro. Unfortunately,
this car killed them, but they ain't getting no money.
They probably getting money as in like they had insurance and like whatever they had. Gave it to
Elon writing them checks.
I don't know if he's doing that. But I mean, he's more than capable of doing that. So like,
he can afford that.
He can
give him a meal each.
He can keep their mouth closed. But I don't know if that's the case. Like, if they were to bring it to like a court, like I know for a fact Tesla didn't lose.
Bro, there is no win or lose situation. They lost their lives, bro. Like, they got to get some kind of compensation.
Most businesses don't have to compensate, bro.
If they're not in the wrong, but if your car, bro,
a business is a business.
If I'm driving my brand new 2021 Toyota Corolla down the road, I just got that bitch driving that bit down the road, bro, and the
brakes don't work.
No, bro, they got a feature that's saying like a feature saying that if you go too fast, your damn motor gonna drop out the car, right? So if I'm going too fast and my damn motor drop out the car, but my car keep going and I fucking smacking some shit and I die, bro. So you telling me my family not gonna be compensated for that? That's a feature they put in the car.
Wait, hold on. But didn't you just say if you somehow you got the info of knowing that if I go a certain amount of speed, my shit gonna fall out? Right. Yeah. So at that point, like, you knew the repercussions if you did.
When you sign that paper at that dealership, bro, it said all up in there, bro. You can't.
So you telling me?
They don't even know they signed it, bro.
So you telling me I put my shit on autopilot? Oh shit, autopilot. I put my shit on autopilot. And fucking Casper pressing my gas when I'm hitting the curb. I'm in a corner. Casper hitting my gas. I'm not hitting my gas because we sitting here talking. My shit in autopilot. Okay, Casper just speeding my car on up,
Shit.
and you telling me I don't get no compensation for that? I don't get paid for that from Elon?
Man.
No. Nah, bro.
Like I said,
my folks getting paid.
If it's brought to the court, then I know for a fact they ain't getting no money. But allow Elon Musk to hear the story and then compensate that way.
But I'm gonna tell you this though. Whatever you said about them damn Volvos and them damn motors falling out, that's a fucking lie.
Volkswagen?
Volkswagens and them damn motors falling out, that's a lie, bro.
Nah, bro.
John and Trey, y'all ever heard of a whole fucking motor dropping out your car because you hit something, bro?
At a high impact, bro. Go look it up, bro. Only reason I know this,
Your whole motor,
bro. The only reason I know this is because Ariel got into a car accident and she had a Beetle and they Volkswagens. And
her motor. That's not funny. Not funny, bro.
that man dirty, bro. That man dirty, bro. That man dirty.
My bad, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
But she was on the way to my house. I was getting ready to wash her car, and she was turning, and then someone was speeding down the 2-lane and like smacked her shit like face front, and you literally see the motor hanging outside the hood. So as the police is coming up and shit like that, it was like, well, luckily she had a Volkswagen, because if that motor was still in there, like most vehicles, I know it ain't only just Volkswagen. I know it's most vehicles that does this, like at a high impact, like it's a little clip or it's something that's holding up the motor, and it's a trigger that if something like happens, like a sudden impact, like it's a trigger where it release. So the police officer was like, "Oh, well,
that bitch dropped out." The way you told that story, that bitch popped out.
It's literally like if I wish I had pictures, but if you look at the Volkswagen, it's beat up. Like the hood is smashed, but you see the motor on the ground, like underneath the car, like underneath the hood and all that shit. It's just scraping. It's just scraped the ground, like still intact with the car, but it's like it dropped to the point where the driver isn't impacted by the, like, you know what I'm saying? Because like if the motor was to cave in and then smush that entire, like, smush that person, then it's pretty much, over with that person. Most people it has a miracle, but like I said, a lot of companies they have this feature where there's a mechanism where it's a trigger. So the only reason I remember that is because I remember the conversation. Like, I remember I looked at it, and then the police officer was like, well, luckily she was in a Volkswagen. I know that Volkswagens, as you can clearly tell, that there's a trigger to where if a certain impact will cause the motor to fall down, so that way that person don't be impacted by the crash. Yeah,
crazy, bro.
I know it ain't just only Volkswagen; it's multiple vehicles because it's a safer option. And also, it's a crash dummy. I think it's a commercial where they show a crash dummy, and it's a feature where they show them showcasing the car accident and then showing the motor falling down, so that way that the drivers in the front isn't impacted by the motor crashing in, like collapsing, shit like that. So yeah,
that's crazy, bro.
I also wonder, is that the reason why like certain sports cars, they don't have the motor in the front, they have it in a, like it's empty in the front. Like the engine is like somewhere else, somewhere where it can't harm the person right in the front. So I wondered if that's the reason why they did that, to make the vehicle more safer.
I feel you.
That man said that's a fucking lot. Just look it up, bro. Just look it up. I genuinely.
It's a new feature in new cars.
Oh, so it is.
This nigga look up everything, bro.
I was so finna look it up because I was like, I know I ain't just spewing out bullshit. I don't feel comfortable doing that.
I appreciate you on the ones and twos, John.
Facts. Bro, it's like, bro, I just find that should be funny. What if you bump something? What if you bump something and you try to keep driving and you just run over your
got that
little
bitch
motor.
again.
You just run over your motor.
And I wonder, like, if it does, like, if you were to like accidentally hit something, but it wasn't to the point where it was it caved in the whole hood. It just a brief impact and the motor just fell. I wonder.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You have to get towed probably because they have to readjust that trigger again because
If the motor fall out, would that bit be damaged then or what?
That part I don't know. Will it be safe? I don't know.
That crazy, bro.
Yeah.
What that time looking like, bro?
55.
55. Bruh, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and take this moment to let y'all know. You already know, pray for Muscleback. By the time this video drop, J. Cole album will be out. So if you ain't already listened to that motherfucker, go listen to that motherfucker. Fuck you waiting on.
Yep, 12 o'clock, 2 more hours, or it's already out basically when this video come out. So, but yeah. No features. I feel like he on this talking shit. That's what I feel like. He on that what's that album called? Friday Night Lights?
Facts.
I feel like
bro, the hardest J. Cole bar, bro. The hardest J. Cole bar by my neighbor's house if they complain about the noise. God, that boy flexed hard.
So you gonna do that?
That's what I'm saying. You gonna do that, Jay? I'm like,
so
damn.
That's what you doing?
So that's what you
doing?
Kick
that's what you doing?
Kick him.
So that's what you doing?
Kick him.
Jermaine Cole.
Kick him.
Yo, Dreamville, we do not claim this nigga, bro. We do not
Jermaine
claim this
Cole.
Nigga.
Let's kick that nigga,
the
bro.
That hottest kid from the world, but hottest word from the kid.
Hey, bro. Speaking of J. Cole,
less than 5 minutes left. Kick him.
Speaking of J. Cole, I heard that he signed with the African NBA. Like he signed to play with the African NBA team. Gotta look that up. It was a source. Nah, that's a big room, bro. I don't know if that's true. That boy John said. Let me look that.
Let me look that up.
Let me look that bit up, man.
Nah, that's true though, bro. Because they were talking about it on the Breakfast Club.
So that make it true.
Facts.
The Breakfast Club speak on it. My bad, but you're right.
I'm just a radio guy.
Facts. That boy J. Cole be snapping though, no cow. Going crazy.
That's crazy. He actually, bro, he gonna be hooping out. I wonder what that contract gonna be like.
So you're 18 mil.
So we already waited 3 years for this album. It's coming out on the 14th.
I wonder if that nigga was legit good enough and he actually gonna be like playing, or if they just did it for like, cause that's J. Cole and for the business that he'll bring.
I mean, he has so much free time. I'm pretty sure this nigga is excellent at basketball right now.
I heard JB hooping, bro. No cap.
They say he can hoop, but it's a difference between a nigga being able to hoop and a nigga being
able to play in basketball.
No, that's true.
I feel
that's
that.
True. Like the game of basketball and hooping is completely different.
I feel that though.
Sure. You saying Chris Brown play?
That nigga nice.
That boy can hoop, bro.
But can he play the game of basketball?
Bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's the real question that we're not asking here.
You're saying it backwards.
I feel like niggas can always hoop, but can niggas play basketball is the real question.
You're saying it backwards. Anybody can play basketball. Everybody can't hoop, bro.
No, bro. Anybody can hoop, bro. Anybody can throw a ball through a hoop. Anybody can do that.
That's cap.
But can you play basketball? That's the question.
That's cap. Why y'all trolling? In the video, bro. It's too much going on, bro. End it.
So you telling me?
Out,
so you telling me?
This is blasphemous.
If James get the ball and then he running away from you, you give him that man.
Why'd you even say his name?
You doing defense, right? You doing defense, right?
Let him say something. Trey, hold on.
You D'ing him up, right? Pause. and he just throw the ball in the air. He go inside the hoop. he can play basketball. He can't hoop, bro. He can't.
He was
hoop.
hooping. He was hooping because it went through the hoop, right?
Anybody
randomly.
It just went through, bro.
But if it was swapped around and you hitting them with a tween behind the back hezzy, pull up fadeaway, you know what I'm saying? You playing basketball. You feel me?
You miss. You still playing basketball.
Oh, nah. If you miss. Oh, nah. Never mind. Nah. He ain't playing no basketball. He ain't playing no basketball, bro. But you hit that big.
So well.
He playing basketball, bro.
Last question, bro. Is it harder to win a Super Bowl or a championship, bro, in basketball? Super Bowl.
Or NBA
Super
Finals.
Bowl. No. NBA Finals.
You think the finals?
Super Bowl or the finals?
Finals.
Which one is harder? I mean, bro.
I feel like they both equally different. Equally difficult.
Bro, the finals is more difficult, bro, for the simple fact that the Super Bowl, bro, like you playing all those games, but you just gotta beat a team one time. The NBA finals, bro, everybody you played, you beat them in a 7-game series. So even if say you in the NFL and you play this one team and they was just having a bad night, or maybe you was just firing on all cylinders and you just whooped their ass in the playoffs. You really wasn't supposed to beat them. They was a better team, but it was just your night. Now you ain't got to deal with them no more. And the NBA, you beat somebody, you was firing on all cylinders, you had a good night. Okay, good. You gotta come back do that 3 more times.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the best argument, bro. Like,
I mean,
I feel like that's literally the best argument for the NBA at least. But I personally think the Super Bowl harder, bro.
Bro, don't they increase the time in the Super Bowl? Like it's not the same as a regular game time limit, is it?
No, it's the same time.
Okay. My thing is there's not a lot of physical whatchamacallit going on in the NBA. Like compared to football.
Whatchamacallit?
Yeah.
Like you mean like it's not a contact sport.
Like they have huh?
He said which one is more difficult to do. He didn't say nothing about physicality.
But you just brought up that the longevity of the game itself is proven to be more difficult.
Longevity? I said you got to beat your opponent multiple times.
Okay, so you have to beat them multiple times, and so I'm using the argument as them having to hit each other for that fucking long. That shit sounds tiring. Like imagine being in Cam Newton's shoes and getting hit every single time.
I see what you're saying.
No. Hold on, bro.
No. I see what Nell's saying. If I'm wrong, Nell, please correct me.
Yeah.
But it's like, what if they had a damn 7-game series and they getting hit 7 games and shit like that? That's more physical. So I mean, they can't be playing for that. I mean, they can't play 4 out of 7. That's what he's saying. But it's just like, but you can't really go to that route because it's like one game.
Oop. You done lost him.
And he's stuck.
Damn. Tell him to leave the call and join back.
That's tough.
Bro, but I think, bro, for real though, the Super Bowl, I think it's more difficult because it's even harder to like predict who's gonna win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like for the championship, I feel like one player like LeBron, like can really change a game, bro. The whole game. You can't just have one person really change a whole football game. You're gonna need a lot more people.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more difficult because you can't really rely on one person to take you there.
You can't rely on one person to win the finals.
You can't, but it takes fewer people though. Like
because there's fewer
one
people
person
that
can
play
dominate a game a lot easier.
Because there's less people.
That's true, but still, That's what makes
So
it harder, though. That's what makes it harder to win in the NFL.
Why do you sound like that? I wonder.
your mic was going out. But if y'all talking about they can't play a 7 game series, then you can't say that about one person
Doesn't
because
the
it doesn't
NBA
translate.
doesn't the NBA play each other more than one time? Like before
Mhm.
they get to the finals?
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. How many
But you
times
know,
do the NFL play each other like the same team unless y'all playing for like a title?
If you're in the same conference, I think you might see somebody like 2 times. I don't know. Not really well
you'll see them
versed
more
on
than
that.
two. In the same conference, it's gonna be a lot more than two. But if in different conferences, then it'd be like three, four. You know,
What?
if it's different conferences, it'll be less games that you play that team. But if it's in the same conference, it's gonna be more times you play the team.
Yeah, that's one thing I do not know.
All right, bro, you said something else at first. But either way, I still stand by Super Bowl. I mean, the NBA Finals is harder, bro.
I mean, it would probably be better to compare like the finals to like if that's the argument to someone else that does it, like the MLB, like them having to play each other consecutively.
Cause,
Eh,
bro, like, this is the point I was finna get to, bro. You said, cause that what you said means nothing. It means absolutely nothing to me, bro. First of all, they could play a series if they wanted to. Second of all, you said if that like they getting hit and stuff, and you know what I'm saying, they can't take all those hits, bro. Like what? You talk about Cam Newton getting hit, like nigga, that's his job description. That's what he's supposed to do. That'd be like if you was like, what's more difficult, getting a gold medal in basketball or getting a gold medal in track, and you was like, oh, you can't. His track is harder because like they got to run all those miles, and what if they get tired? That's what they're there for. Those niggas are there to get hit and give hits. Like that's in their job description. So what are we talking about, bro?
so it really ain't no point of comparing anything then, to be honest, because everybody's in their own playing field. So football is just football, and basketball just gonna be basketball. So ain't no point of comparing. So they all have their own rules. So
Yeah, it varied back and forth. And like it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's different things for each one that's only relevant for each sport. But my thing was just like my only point was that for basketball, there's a series. So you're definitively better than that team that you beat because you beat them multiple times. Because if you can
That's
look back
true.
recently, a few years ago, it was the Saints and the Rams, and they played each other. There was a controversial call, and then one team won, and because of that call, so you could say like the ref made them win that game, and it's in the playoffs in the NFL, it's only one game, so you never have to see them again. You know what I'm saying? It's over.
yeah,
In the NBA, you know what I'm saying? You got to play them again and again and again. So just because you got that controversial call
True.
and won one game, you got lucky. That's all out the window. You got to come back and do it again. You got to actually prove that you're better for real. So
yeah. So
that's my point with in the NBA.
yeah. So then
That's
I
true
go back
though.
to what I said initially. No point in comparing it to football. Just compare it to somebody else that has a long series, like the MLB, for example.
Right.
Like the finals, not the finals, but the World Series should go on forever. So.
Hmm. But anyway, we got to do it, bro.
Mm.